Imperial College is famous for many things, but H.G. Wells is not usually one of them. There is, however, a revival of the H.G. Wells Society in college, and Martin Cowan decided to find out some more about it.
Studio is Pallab Ghosh, the chairman of the H.G. Wells Society. For the uninitiated, could you please give a brief summary of the relevance the great author has with the college, and why, for instance, don't we have a Bernard Shaw Society?
Well, H.G. Wells was a former student here. He studied here in the late 19th century, and this Imperial College was then just a normal school of science. And out of all the alumni of Imperial College, his views, his ideas, his work seemed to sum up most what the society wanted to do. So this is why.
So his views influence what the society actually wants to do. What are the aims and the activities of the society?
Well, there are a couple of major aims, really. Firstly, to pursue subjects that are not in the mainstream of current scientific thinking, that people in the College of Science and Technology may not otherwise come across, but are all the same very interesting and have applications to their subjects vaguely, and also promote interest in the works and thoughts of H.G. Wells.
I see. And when are meetings?
Well, activities will take place every Monday night. We've got a whole series of lectures lined up. They're distributed all around college in the Wellsian. You might have seen it around. Yes. The first lecture will be on Monday. Eric Laithwaite will be giving that. It's entitled "The Facts and Fallacies of Science," and he really is, we all know, a very entertaining lecture. It should be very worthwhile. And this is what I'd like to try and get across. It isn't just chalk and talk and trying to cram people full of information. The lectures are going to be interesting. They're going to be demonstrations. For example, we've got a lecture by Sinclair Goodlad in the Elect Eng Department 2 on humour, and we spent a little bit of money getting videos and things from the BBC on faulty towers and things like that. So it's just the lecture, I think, is why we actually laugh. So that should be interesting. We've also got Jim Francis from the BBC Special Effects Department, which you lot will be interested in probably.
Well, you mentioned Eric Laithwaite. Yeah. I believe he's your new president for this year.
Yes, he is.
Did the freshers exhibit much enthusiasm for the society at the fair on Tuesday?
Oh yes. First of all, they came up to us and said, "What's it all about?" There are posters up with all sorts of drawings and things.
Understandable.
And this is what the society is about, all sorts of things. We told the freshers that what we have got lined up, and if they had any interest themselves, that perhaps we could develop along those lines. And the response was very good. They were sort of looking for something a little bit offbeat, something that would be fun and interesting. And I should think we're going to get a hell of a lot of people at the lectures.
So membership should increase this year?
Well, in 1963 and in the early 60s, Wells Soc was one of the largest in the whole of ULU. It had 1,000 members and was very active indeed. In the past 3 or 4 years, it really has declined. Last year it wasn't in existence at all. So we're going to start from scratch in a way, really.
Yes. I'd like to ask you a rather touchy question, maybe. How much money do you get from the union? What do you do with it exactly?
Well, that depends on them. We have to justify it. And there'll be a UFC meeting at the end of October, so depending on how many members we get, that'll decide on the funds we have. We plan to be very active. We don't just intend to have a series of lecture programs. Hopefully we'll have some trips. We're trying to set up some study groups to investigate haunted houses and things, hunt down a few ghosts. And maybe in Easter we'll have a trip up to Loch Ness, who knows, to try and find the monster.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming along anyway and informing Stoic viewers about your fascinating society.
Sure, thanks.